Welcome back. It's a great Wednesday, and I'm really excited to introduce my friend Theresa Ivancik. Theresa, welcome.
Thank you
And
so much for having me.
hey, thank you for being here. Hey, I always wanted to ask you also, what nationality is Ivancik? It's a cool name.
German Russian.
German Russian. Wow.
Yeah.
So how far back can you trace your lineage?
I have some. I actually just talked about this morning. There are some relatives that still live in Germany, but I don't know much more than that. I know that's where some of them ended up being from, and then with divorce and stuff, they kind of split. But I don't know anything else other than that. I think it'd be very interesting to do the family tree, but I haven't done that yet.
Well, the one thing that we do know is that Theresa, you're one of the most exciting and well-known female bodybuilders, or arguably bodybuilders too, if you just want to put it that way, active today.
Thank
And
you.
you progressed from a recovery from an eating disorder in 2021, and you've grown in success and celebrity to the point where your total list of achievements. I mean, I'm going to put this on here. I want everybody to see this, folks. This is like how this is a crazy number.
The book.
I mean, it is a crazy number of accomplishments, and she has done a wonderful job of listing them. So I picked them off from your website, and then let's just scroll down real quick here, folks, and start from and literally start from the bottom and work our way up quickly, out of respect for my friend's time. But look how many pages this covers. She started 2004 Miller Lite promotional girl. Then your first contest, I believe, was NPC Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
In figure, and then you figure until 2008. And you got first place, though. You won the NPC. Your first contest, you won.
Yeah.
Which
There was very limited people at those ones.
But hey,
Yes. On paper, I won.
yeah,
Doesn't matter.
on paper, on internet, it happened, right? So
Yes, it did.
then you went from figure to heavyweight from 2008 2010. Can you talk about that jump real quick? That's enormous.
Yeah, that was well, the eating disorder was still kind of continuing in the figure range. I was lying about what I was doing. I was running and things like that because my fiance at the time, like he was my trainer. Like we technically weren't together, but I was lying to him, and we just kind of like trucked along. And then I'm like, the figure started becoming very saturated, and it was at an amateur. There was actually 25 to 30 people in the classes, which sometimes you don't see anymore. But I decided that I wanted to do bodybuilding because we didn't have any other division. It was either you're big or you're small.
Right.
So it was, yeah,
right.
That was it. So we went from 120 to like 180. But we did take like 2008. I competed early May, and then I didn't come back to stage until like 2010. And was it my best? No, but I did bring my grandfather on stage with me at 83 for his first show.
Oh,
so we shared that stage. Yeah, it was very, very cool.
So you went from that. As I'm talking, I'm putting this on social media more. There we go. But you went from that to, as we look through this voluminous, history of yours, that and that's a great ladder for anybody to watch. You went from there to you won the 2011 NPC Bill Grant Classic as a heavyweight, first place. You were working your way up. You went from third place to NPC Pittsburgh's. Then you went from there to, in 2014, when I really got to know you, actually around there, you were the featured female bodybuilder role, Mike's Hard Apple Ale commercial, to which I was really proud of, because it was a major achievement for a female bodybuilder to be featured,
Correct.
Without limitation, mainstream, absolutely. And so then went from there, impressively, went to doing DVDs, Perfect Posing, Pittsburgh Heavyweight, Great Lakes. You're a guest poser. And was that your first guest posing? Apparently?
That one was, yes. Yep.
Yeah. So everyone saw you on the commercial, and they said, we got to have her. And that's when she started.
Yep.
That's how it happens. And then you started traveling. North American Physique, Miami Nationals, Miami. I love South Beach. North American Physiques. And then you work your way up to where you're doing more guest posing. You did a film pilot for Buff Dynasty, a reality TV show with, of all people, Linda Murray. And whatever happened with that?
It's still on YouTube, so believe it's under the Wings of Strength, and they have a certain folder for that. There is a bunch of episodes. When we did the pitch reel in the mansion, there was 10 of us girls in a house, and we didn't even know that it was a reality show, but until we got there. And then we started doing all this filming. Yeah, and what was crazy about that is I just turned pro, and I get the invite to do this, and I told my fiance, I'm like, I'm not good enough to go. I mean, because it was like Linda, it was Alina, it was Hella. It was all the big girls that I looked up to, And I'm like, I am so shy. I'm like, I'm not going. And he's like, you're going. So we went, did the reel, and then I was 2 weeks out from my pro debut, and they called me back to Arizona to film the first episode with Linda Murray. So that was on there. Yeah. So but the episodes are still live on YouTube.
Wow. And so we've got that, and then as we go back to our the cool list that you made here, and I have up for reference, you won Rising Phoenix Best Poser in 2019. You were sponsored Wings of Strength Athlete. I remember that in the same year. Prior to that, you're a model for Wings. You were doing a lot more modeling, and which I think is a signal, a bellwether of how mainstream women's bodybuilding, women with muscle, have become. Happily. And went to your IFBB Pro, your Miss Olympia debut. You were 14th place. And folks, here's where things get really exciting, more exciting. You went from that. I'm going to jump up to to last year. You were 7th, and the women you were behind. I mean, let's face it. Andrea Shaw is absolutely amazing. As are the other ones, but to me, that you could not have placed higher was only a but for. In other words, but for a judge, because the one thing that's always rankled me, Theresa, about women's bodybuilding judges is, first, they always picked you if you're a little too skinny and less muscle, right? Yep. Now they seem to have gotten over that, but it's hard to tell who you're going to get on any particular day in terms of the judges, and they're all fantastic people. You might draw somebody like Dave Palumbo, who I'm a big admirer of. Who's also a massively cool guy, Yeah. But this is the next step. This is coming up in 2023, and I'm going to take this out on my question line because it's what everybody is thinking about. How's your preparation? What's a day like for you?